let me just get the record straight. If you think anything has changed since the fight for freedom, the struggle for freedom, the civil rights movement, whatever we have done in history to prove that we are part of this human society, nothing has changed. And I'm just going to tell you right now, if you really think something has changed, you are more confused than any stranger walking on the street claiming to know me. All right, so check me out for a second. Just hear me out. I was meeting with one of my workers, right? Okay, we were meeting at a local coffee shop. I'm waiting for him, and as soon as he arrives, guess what? I decide we're gonna make an order. I ask him, does he want anything to eat? Does he want anything to drink? He says he's good. I said, no worries, I'll just order for myself. So I said, okay, to start with, I walk up to the counter and the register. I ask the person who's serving the counter and the register. All right, and this is a cafe, by the way. It's like a mini cafe bar. I say, hey, would you mind if I get a cup of water or a glass of water? The worker responds and tells me, that's for customers. So I'm just gonna lay the context straight up just in case anybody wants to start making pitiful excuses, all right? We're in a white neighborhood. I chose this location because I thought it would be professional and accommodate to the standard of the meeting which we have suggested to have during that time and that occasion. So when I asked for a cup of water, she said, that's for customers. I asked her, I'm like, are we not customers? She said, if you want to be customers, you have to order something. And then I said, okay, can I just get a glass of water? She responded again by saying, that's for customers. And I asked her again. I said, are we not customers? She said, are you making an order? I told her, don't answer my question with a question. So we got into this back and forth. All I'm trying to do is make an order for my guest, give him a glass of water, just, basic human common courtesy, right? I don't think anybody's being denied water in their life. Even when you walk into Starbucks, right? They'll give you like a plastic cup of water. It's nothing personal, it's water. The world is made of water, right? So I'm here arguing with this broad about water, okay? She's trying to tell me that we're not customers. And because of that, I'm not able to make an order or even live accordingly to what my guest needs at the time being. So I ask her politely for her manager. And keep in mind, I'm just gonna give you some more background context. There are white customers out there. These people feed water to the dogs, but for some odd reason, they refuse to give water to us because we're black. So I ask her for a manager. She brings her manager to the place. Or actually, she suggested that she gets her manager, probably to further back up the claim that we are not entitled customers. As she stated, the water's for customers. Even though places like McDonald's give out water for free, even though places like Starbucks give out water for free, we're not customers. So anyway, the manager comes, and I'm just there like, where's the water? He directs me to the fountain, and he tells me, next time you want to make an order, next time you want a glass of water, you have to make an order. I'm like, excuse me, you, what the heck? Are you just reading my mind? Like I didn't just walk into this place dressed formally for the occasion. And you are making assumptions like I'm just sitting here roaming around like it's my bedroom. No kidding, I'm gonna make an order, Sherlock. I made orders there before. Sadly, I had to deal with your incompetent, rude staff in the process, but yeah, their implication was that I was not gonna make an order. So sadly, I had to live with that experience. Just knowing that basic needs, such as providing another human being water, is something that we are not entitled to. All right, I'm gonna give you some more examples of stupid stuff that happens in just with the white culture. Okay, there are crossing guards all over these neighborhoods, and like I told you, these are white neighborhoods. All right, they don't wave their flag for black people. They don't wave their crossing stick for black people. They deliberately allow all the white kids to cross the road. But the moment a black kid crosses the road, they just stand with their hands behind their back. And they look at you too, like you're some sort of imbecile, like you're some sort of inbred, complete idiot. I have never seen this before in my life. So, you can't even cross the road in peace. You can't even get a cup of water in peace. Tell me, as somebody who has sadly given attention to these sad people, are you still gonna tell me that that is a human experience? The flies can go to the lake and get water better than a black person can go to a white neighborhood and just ask for a simple cup of water, right? I fear the day that, you know, a child in my community, let's say he's coming back from school, right? And he really is thirsty. Let's say he just had a physical education class. What if he goes into the store, for instance, and he asks for a cup of water and they tell him no? Are you kidding me? For a cup of water. And this is my problem with America. They're so insecure to criticism when it comes to the oppression of black people. Like, they just put it under the bus. Like, no, not us good white people. There's no way we can do that. We're marvelous people. And I'm like, show me what you've done for the black community besides brainwash us from our true rights and our true identity as human beings, right? Show us what you've done for us besides telling us to conform to your racist culture. All right. So this is the problem we face. People need to acknowledge there's a problem. Sadly, if you tell them they're racist, they get offended. But like I said, I don't concern myself about your feelings, especially if you deny me a cup of water. I've never seen that before in my life. Even I bet you even the slaves were slaves. Let me tell you something. Even in prison, they'll give you a cup of water. Even in prison, they leave you with a water fountain. Even in prison. Water is everywhere. How are you just gonna compromise water and you call yourself a civilized society? You want me to take you seriously after that? Ain't no one got time for you. Are you mad? So this is my personal experience, right? And whenever I bring it up, this is the problem. People will call me some sort of abusive, assaulting person. They'll call the police on me for criticizing them, right? And this is the problem we face. Nobody is owning up to what they do. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not resting. I'm not stopping until these people at least acknowledge that the nonsense they put us through for the past 60 plus 600 decade, century, you name it. The nonsense we've been through has gone far enough. Even they have to come to that realization. And sadly, they have not. This gets ridiculous by the day. So all I'm trying to say is this, alright? At the end of the day, I'm not here to criticize someone, but I will point out incompetent nature in a part of the world tries to claim they're multicultural, but inside with their raging, revenge-seeking, cold-blooded snakes. This won't happen anywhere I go to. Okay? Not even in England, where they built the foundation of colonialism, will they permit such animalistic behavior to persist. That was gross. And I assure you, under my watch, that type of stuff would never, ever reach the lights.